This person has been holding something very close quietly, and you may not even realize just how much weight they've been carrying. I feel like for many of you, there is a connection in your life that has been running so much deeper than words could explain. What is coming through right now is that this person, the one who keeps crossing your mind, values you in ways they have never fully voiced. And the title of this reading is not just a phrase, it is what the cards are literally confirming for you today. So we are going to walk through all of it. The love that is already present, the confession that is forming, and the truth that is on its way to you. Here is the Six of Cups, and I feel like this card is showing me something very specific about where things currently stand between you two. There is a history here, a deep familiarity between you and this person, something that carries the feeling of always having been meant to exist. I feel like this person doesn't just think about you casually, they think about you in ways that genuinely catch them off guard sometimes. The Six of Cups is a card of emotional memory, of returning, of something that existed between two people and never truly went away. And for a lot of you, I feel like this person keeps circling back to thoughts of you quietly, repeatedly, almost without meaning to. There is something about you that stays with them, something they haven't been able to shake. And honestly, I feel like they've stopped trying to. Here is the Ace of Cups. And this is so significant because this card is literally the beginning of a brand new emotional chapter opening up. I feel like something is cracking open inside of this person right now, something they have been quietly trying to hold back for quite some time. The Ace of Cups is raw, tender, almost overwhelming energy. It is the heart finally splitting open after a long stretch of keeping things contained. And I feel like that wall they built, whatever it was constructed from, is beginning to quietly fall apart when it comes to you specifically. Here is the Two of Cups, and wow, this placement is really speaking directly to the true nature of what exists between the two of you. This card is about mutual recognition, about two people genuinely seeing each other at a soul level in a way that quietly shifts everything. I feel like there is already a deep awareness moving through this connection, even if neither of you has put it fully into words yet. The Two of Cups is not a surface card. It is not casual or fleeting. It is real and reciprocal emotional resonance between two specific people. And what the cards are saying here is that this pull you feel between you, this thing you can't quite name, is absolutely not one-sided. Here is the Star now. And I feel like this card is the energy that wraps around everything happening in this connection at this particular moment. The Star is quiet hope. It is soft and steady certainty. It is the knowing deep inside that something truly beautiful is already moving toward you. I feel like the universe has been rearranging things behind the scenes, shifting pieces into place, making room for what is about to unfold here. And for a lot of you, I feel like this confession, this moment of genuine truth, has been slowly building for so much longer than you realize. There is the Moon showing up as well, and I feel like this card is pointing to everything that has been kept hidden inside of this person. The Moon speaks to the unconscious, to the things we feel deeply but struggle to bring to the surface. And this person has so much of that. I feel like they have been sitting with emotions about you that they haven't known how to express, emotions that feel almost too large to hold. And the Moon is also telling me that some of that is about to change, that what was hidden is preparing to come into the light. Here is the Knight of Cups. And okay, this is such a beautiful card to see closing out this first part of the reading. The Knight of Cups is the romantic, the one who finally decides to lead with their heart, the one who stops overthinking and just moves. I feel like this card is pointing directly at this person and what is beginning to stir inside of them when it comes to you. Something is shifting, something is softening, and the cards are saying that what you mean to them is so much more than you have been shown. So yeah, let's continue and see what is on your side, because there is truly so much more to unpack in this reading for you. And honestly, I feel like the cards have been very generous in what they're choosing to show us right here at the start. There is a real depth to what is being revealed, and what comes ahead is going to take us even further into this. Now let's move forward and see what is coming through. This part of the reading is specifically about you, about what is living inside of you right now in this connection. I feel like for a lot of you, there is a tenderness you carry around this person that you don't fully let yourself acknowledge. You feel things deeply, more deeply than you probably show, and there is a part of you that has been quietly hoping for more. Here is the Four of Cups, and I feel like this card is speaking directly to where you have been emotionally in recent weeks. The Four of Cups is a card of quiet withdrawal, of sitting with your feelings, of wondering if what you have is really all there is. I feel like you have been in a space of reflection, turning things over in your mind, asking yourself what this connection actually means. And there is a weariness here, not a giving up energy, but a tiredness that comes from wanting something real and not yet being sure you have it. I feel like you have been watching this person, observing their behavior, trying to read between the lines of everything they say and do. And honestly, I feel like that has been exhausting for you because you are someone who feels things very intensely beneath the surface. Here is the Empress, and wow, this card carries such a beautiful and warm energy when it shows up in your position in a reading. The Empress speaks to abundance, to love, to the capacity to give and receive deeply, and she is showing me something very important about who you are. I feel like you are someone who loves with your whole self, someone who doesn't do anything halfway when your heart is truly involved. And this person has felt that even if they haven't said it, they have absolutely felt the warmth and the depth that you carry. The Empress is also telling me that you deserve reciprocity, that you deserve someone who matches the love you so naturally bring to the table. And I feel like a part of you already knows that. A part of you has been quietly holding that standard, even when things felt uncertain. Here is the Page of Cups, and I feel like this card is showing me the younger, more vulnerable side of you in this connection. The Page of Cups is the part of you that still believes in magic, that still reaches for love, even when it has been complicated. I feel like there is a hopefulness in you that you try to keep under wraps sometimes, because being hopeful can feel like a risk. But the cards are saying that this hope is not foolish, it is not misplaced. It is actually completely in alignment with what is real here. There is an innocence and a genuineness to the way you feel about this person, and that is one of the things that draws them in. I feel like this person senses that purity of intention in you, and it is part of what makes you so difficult for them to walk away from. Here is the Nine of Pentacles, and this is such an interesting card to see in your reading right now. In this specific position, the Nine of Pentacles is a card of self-sufficiency, of someone who has built something solid, who doesn't need anyone to complete them. I feel like this card is showing me that you are not coming into this connection from a place of desperation or fear or lack. You are someone who has your own life, your own inner world, your own sense of worth, and that is incredibly magnetic energy to carry. And I feel like this person sees that in you. They see someone who is whole, and it makes them want to be chosen by you even more. Here is the Lover's card. And okay, this is so powerful to see in your position because this card is not subtle, not even a little. The Lover speaks to alignment, to a choice being made at the level of the soul, to two people recognizing something undeniable between them. I feel like you have already made a quiet choice about this person in your heart, even if you haven't fully spoken it out loud yet. And what the cards are saying is that this choice, this recognition, this feeling you carry is not something you imagined or manufactured. It is real. It is mutual at a deeper level than you currently know. And the reading is about to show you exactly how real it is. So yeah, there is so much sitting on your side of this connection, and all of it matters more than you have been giving yourself credit for. And the cards are saying very clearly that what you feel is not one-sided, and what is coming will confirm that for you in a real way. Here's the Strength card, and this card speaks to the quiet courage it takes to stay open, to stay soft, even when uncertainty is present. I feel like you have been doing exactly that, holding your feelings with grace, not shutting down, even when walking away would have felt easier. That willingness to stay open despite the not knowing is one of the most powerful things you bring to this connection. Now let's go deeper and see what is underneath this. This part of the reading is entirely about this person, about what is actually moving inside of them beneath everything they have been showing you. I feel like for a lot of you, this person comes across as more composed than they actually are, more in control than the reality of the situation. And what the cards are about to show us is the inner landscape of someone who is deeply affected by you more than they have ever let on. Here is the Eight of Swords, and I feel like this card is one of the most honest things this person's energy has put on the table today. The Eight of Swords is a card of self-imprisonment, of someone who is mentally trapped, not by circumstances, but by their own fear and overthinking. I feel like this person has been standing in their own way when it comes to you, convincing themselves of reasons to hold back, reasons to wait. There is a story they keep telling themselves, a loop they keep running about why now is not the right time or why things are too complicated. And the Eight of Swords is showing me that this story is not the truth. It is a cage they have built, and they are the only one holding the key. I feel like their hesitation around you is not about a lack of feeling. It is actually the opposite. It is about feeling far too much. Here is the Five of Cups, and this card is showing me something about this person's past, about what they brought into this connection with them. The Five of Cups speaks to grief, to loss, to the kind of heartbreak that leaves a mark and makes vulnerability feel like a dangerous thing. I feel like this person has been hurt before in a way that went deep, in a way that changed how they approach emotional intimacy. And I feel like they have been carrying some of that old wound into this connection, using it as a reason to slow down or hold back. But here is what is interesting, because the Five of Cups also shows the cups that are still standing, the ones they haven't even looked at yet. And I feel like you are one of those standing cups. You are the part of the picture they keep almost turning toward and then pulling back from. Here is the Knight of Swords reversed. And this is such a telling card to see in their position right now. So telling. The Knight of Swords reversed is the energy of someone who knows exactly what they want but keeps stopping themselves right before they act on it. I feel like this person has had multiple moments where they were ready to say something to you, ready to show you more, and then they retreated. There is an impulsiveness beneath the surface of this person that gets interrupted by anxiety, by the fear of what comes after they finally open up. And I feel like the reversal here is pointing to an internal tug of war, one side wanting to rush forward, the other side pumping the brakes. Here is the Hierophant, and wow, I was not expecting this card, but it makes complete sense for where this person is emotionally right now. The Hierophant speaks to structure, to tradition, to the deep-seated beliefs a person carries about how love is supposed to look and feel and move. I feel like this person has very specific ideas about what commitment means, about what it looks like to truly let someone in at that level. And they are measuring this connection against those internal standards, asking themselves if what they feel for you is the kind of thing that lasts. I feel like the answer they keep arriving at is yes, and that yes is exactly what is making this so intense and so difficult for them to hold. Here is the Seven of Pentacles, and this card is such a perfect representation of the energy this person has been sitting in around you. The Seven of Pentacles is the farmer standing over the crop, watching, waiting, assessing, not yet ready to harvest, but knowing the moment is coming. I feel like this person has been observing this connection with the patience of someone who genuinely does not want to make a mistake with you. They have been taking their time, internally measuring things, quietly deciding, and the cards are saying they are very close to a turning point. Here is the Page of Wands, and I feel like this card is the energy that is beginning to emerge through all of that caution and restraint. The Page of Wands is curiosity igniting into action. It is the moment a person stops observing and starts allowing themselves to want something openly. I feel like something has been awakening in this person recently, a spark, an urgency, a feeling that they cannot keep sitting on what they feel. And the trigger, the thing that has been pushing that awakening forward, is you, your presence, your energy, and the way you exist in their world. So, yeah, there is so much happening beneath the surface of this person, and we are going to get into all of it as we keep going. Let's keep going and see what is here for you. This part of the reading is about what this person is about to do, about the shift that is forming, and about how things between you are going to begin to change. I feel like for a lot of you, something is coming that you have been waiting on for a long time, something that is going to feel like finally. And the cards are being very specific right now. They are not speaking in vague terms. They are showing me an actual movement that is underway. Here is the Death card. And before anyone feels unsettled by that, this card is not about endings in the dark sense. It is about transformation. The Death card is one of the most powerful cards in the deck when it comes to personal change. It means something old is completing so something new can begin. I feel like this person is in the middle of an internal transformation right now, one that is directly connected to you and to what they feel. Something inside of them is dying off, some old version of who they were in love, some old pattern of pulling back or staying silent. And what is being born in its place is someone who is finally ready to stop holding this in, someone who is moving toward honesty with you. Here is the Three of Wands, and I feel like this card is one of the clearest signs of forward movement I could see in a reading like this. The Three of Wands is someone standing on the shore watching their ships come in already in motion, already committed to what comes next. I feel like this person has made a decision, maybe not out loud, maybe not even fully consciously yet, but internally the choice has been made. They are no longer asking themselves if they should say something to you. The question has shifted, and now it is more about when and how. I feel like there is a planning energy around this person right now, a quiet intentionality, like someone who is working up to something real. Here is the Ace of Wands, and wow, this card is pure ignition energy. It is the spark before the fire. It is the moment everything starts. The Ace of Wands is new beginnings with passion behind them. It is desire stepping out of the shadows and becoming something that demands to be felt. I feel like this person is about to initiate something, whether that is a conversation, a moment of closeness, a confession, or all three at once. There is a boldness beginning to surface in them, a readiness to stop being careful and start being real, and you are the reason for that. And I feel like when this energy finally moves, it is going to feel different from anything this person has brought to you before. Here is the Six of Wands, and this card is showing me the outcome of this person finally stepping into their courage when it comes to you. The Six of Wands is a card of victory, of someone who comes forward with confidence, of a moment that feels triumphant and long overdue. I feel like this person is going to show up in a way that surprises you, not because you didn't believe in the connection, but because of how clearly they claim it. There will be a directness to what they bring, a sureness, and it is going to land very differently from the guarded version of this person you have known. I feel like this is the version of them that has been underneath all of the hesitation, and it is finally being given permission to come forward. Here is the Four of Wands, and this card is so beautiful in this position because it speaks to celebration, to arrival, to something clicking into place. The Four of Wands is the moment of coming home, of two people meeting each other in a way that feels settled, right? And completely natural. I feel like what is about to change between you two is not small. It is the kind of shift that reorganizes the entire energy of a connection. And I feel like both of you are going to feel it. There is going to be a moment where something lands and you will both know things are different now. Here is the Ten of Pentacles, and this card is showing me the longer arc of where all of this movement is pointing toward for the two of you. The Ten of Pentacles is legacy, it is lasting love, it is the energy of something being built that is meant to go the distance. I feel like the cards are not just speaking to a confession or a romantic moment, they are speaking to the foundation of something that wants to be real. And what this person is about to do is not just an act of vulnerability, it is the first real step toward building something with you that matters. So, yeah, what is coming is significant. It is not small. And the energy in this reading confirms that this is only the beginning. The Two of Wands is someone holding the world in their hands, standing at the edge of something new, aware of exactly what they are choosing. I feel like this person is standing at that edge right now, and the step they take is going to bring them straight towards you. Now let's go ahead and dive in. This part of the reading is where we go into the hidden layer, the confessions, the desire, the things this person has never said directly to your face. I feel like for a lot of you, what is about to come through is going to validate something you have been quietly feeling for a long time. Because there is a whole conversation happening inside of this person that you have never been allowed to hear, and today the cards are going to speak it. Here is the Devil card. And before anything else, I want to be clear that this card is not negative in this position, not at all. The devil in the context of hidden desire is about obsession, about the kind of attraction that gets under a person's skin and will not let go. I feel like this person has a pull towards you that they have not been fully able to rationalize, something that operates below logic and reason. There is something about you that consumes their attention, something they return to even when they are trying to focus elsewhere. And the devil is showing me that this is not a mild interest. This is not casual. This is something that has taken root deep inside of them. I feel like this person thinks about you in ways that surprise even themselves, more intense than they have ever admitted out loud. Here is the High Priestess reversed, and this card is showing me all of the things this person has been keeping locked behind a very closed door. The High Priestess reversed is suppressed emotion. It is the truth that someone knows but is not yet ready to release into the world. I feel like this person has entire chapters written about you inside of them, feelings processed alone, at night in silence. There are words they have rehearsed, things they have imagined saying to you, conversations they have played out in their mind more than once. And the reversal is telling me that the dam holding all of that in is beginning to crack, that the pressure of everything unsaid is growing. I feel like this person is tired of holding it, tired of editing themselves around you, tired of pretending that what they feel is manageable. Here is the Queen of Cups reversed, and I feel like this card is showing me the emotional truth this person has been too afraid to face fully. The Queen of Cups reversed speaks to someone who feels things so deeply that they go into avoidance because the depth of it is almost too much to sit with. I feel like this person has been avoiding the full truth of how they feel because once they face it completely, they have to act on it. And that is terrifying for them. Not because they don't want to, but because wanting something this much means the stakes are genuinely high. I feel like they have told themselves that they are fine, that they are in control, that this is not as big as it feels. And the cards are saying that is not true. Here is the Five of Wands reversed, and this card is showing me something specific about the internal battle this person has finally stopped fighting. The Five of Wands reversed is the end of an internal conflict. It is the moment someone stops warring with themselves and lets the truth win. I feel like this person has been in a battle between their feelings and their fears for a while now, and the feelings are beginning to take the lead. And what they have never said to you, what lives in the space of the Five of Wands reversed, is this: I want more than what we have been doing. I feel like they want closeness, real closeness, the kind that doesn't have limits or conditions, the kind that they have been too afraid to ask for. Here is the Three of Cups, and I feel like this card is showing me the joy and the aliveness this person feels when they are in your presence. The Three of Cups is celebration, it is laughter, it is the feeling of being fully seen by someone and choosing to stay in that feeling rather than running from it. I feel like this person is at their most alive around you, most themselves, most free, even as they have been working overtime to appear unbothered. And what they have never confessed is how much they look forward to you, how much space you take up in the best possible way in their everyday life. Here is the Ace of Swords, and wow, this card in this position is pointing directly to a truth that is about to cut through everything. The Ace of Swords is clarity. It is the moment the noise stops and what is real becomes the only thing left standing in the room. I feel like this person is approaching a moment of complete internal honesty about you. A moment where they stop softening what they feel and just let it be what it is. And what it is at the core of everything is this: they are in love with you, and they are done pretending otherwise inside of themselves. So yeah, what was hidden is almost no longer hidden, and what this person has never said is getting louder with every day that passes. Okay, now let's see what is here. This is the final part of the reading, and we are going to close out with the near future, the guidance, the outcome, and what the cards want to leave you with. I feel like for a lot of you, this closing energy is going to feel like a deep breath, like something settling, like confirmation arriving right on time. Because everything we have moved through in this reading has been building toward what I am about to share with you now. So stay with me here. Here is the Wheel of Fortune, and I feel like this card could not be a more perfect opening to this final chapter of the reading. The Wheel of Fortune is the universe stepping in. It is cycles completing. It is the turning of things that were always meant to turn at exactly this moment. I feel like the timing around this connection is not accidental, that what is about to shift has been in motion behind the scenes for longer than you know. There's a sense with the wheel that destiny is involved here, not in a way that removes your agency, but one that confirms this was always leading somewhere. And I feel like where it has been leading is toward each other, toward honesty, toward something real and finally out in the open. Here is the Sunday card, and wow, I love seeing this in the near future position because this card is pure, radiant forward energy. There is nothing dim about it. The Sunday is joy, it is clarity, it is the feeling of walking out of a long stretch of uncertainty and into something warm and unmistakably good. I feel like what is coming is a period of lightness, of things making sense, of the fog finally lifting between the two of you. There will be moments ahead where you feel genuinely happy about where this is going, where the confusion that has been present starts to dissolve, and I feel like this person is going to be a source of that light for you in a way they have not yet had the chance to be fully. Here is the King of Cups, and I feel like this card is showing me who this person is becoming as they move towards you with their truth. The King of Cups is emotional mastery. It is someone who has done the internal work and arrives from a place of groundedness rather than chaos. I feel like this person is stepping into a more mature version of themselves, one that leads with the heart and not with fear. And the King of Cups in this position is telling me that what they bring to you is going to feel steady, warm, intentional, and real. This is not someone who is going to show up and then retreat again. The King of Cups does not operate that way. They come forward and they stay. Here is the Nine of Cups, and this is such a deeply beautiful card to see for you in this part of the reading. So beautiful, the Nine of Cups is known as the wish card. It is the card of emotional fulfillment, of getting the thing your heart has quietly been asking for. I feel like something you have been hoping for, something you may have barely allowed yourself to fully want, is on its way to you. And the Nine of Cups does not deal in almost. It does not deal in partial. It is a card of genuine satisfaction and completion at the emotional level. I feel like the universe has heard what your heart has been carrying quietly, and the answer that is coming back to you is a generous and full yes. Here is the Four of Cups reversed. And this card is so significant because earlier in the reading it appeared upright in your energy, and now it has flipped. The Four of Cups reversed means someone is coming out of withdrawal, out of contemplation, and back into engagement with what is in front of them. I feel like both you and this person are about to stop sitting with uncertainty and start moving toward each other in a more open way. The reversal here is the energy of choosing presence over hesitation, of deciding that what is real between you is worth showing up for completely. Here's the World card, and okay, I have to take a moment with this because this is the most complete energy in the entire tarot deck. The World is wholeness, it is arrival. It is the feeling of something reaching its full expression after a long and winding journey to get there. I feel like this card is the universe saying to you directly, what you have been moving toward is not lost, it is not out of reach, it is here. This connection has a completeness to it that the cards have been pointing to all the way through this reading, and the World is the confirmation of that. I feel like what is coming for you is not a halfway thing. It is not a situationship or a maybe. It is something that lands and stays and means something. So yeah, trust what you feel. Trust what the cards have shown you today. And trust that this person sees in you exactly what you have been hoping they do. You mean more to them than you have been shown, and what is coming will prove that in ways that will finally allow you to breathe. This is the final part of the reading, and we are going to close out with the near future, the guidance, the outcome, and what the cards want to leave you with. I feel like for a lot of you, this closing energy is going to feel like a deep breath, like something settling, like confirmation arriving right on time. Because everything we have moved through in this reading has been building toward what I am about to share with you now. So stay with me here. Here is the Wheel of Fortune, and I feel like this card could not be a more perfect opening to this final chapter of the reading. The Wheel of Fortune is the universe stepping in. It is cycles completing. It is the turning of things that were always meant to turn at exactly this moment. I feel like the timing around this connection is not accidental, that what is about to shift has been in motion behind the scenes for longer than you know. There is a sense with the wheel that destiny is involved here, not in a way that removes your agency, but one that confirms this was always leading somewhere. And I feel like where it has been leading is toward each other, toward honesty, toward something real, and finally out in the open. Here is the Sunday card, and wow, I love seeing this in the near future position because this card is pure radiant forward energy. There is nothing dim about it. The Sunday is joy, it is clarity, it is the feeling of walking out of a long stretch of uncertainty and into something warm and unmistakably good. I feel like what is coming is a period of lightness, of things making sense, of the fog finally lifting between the two of you. There will be moments ahead where you feel genuinely happy about where this is going, where the confusion that has been present starts to dissolve, and I feel like this person is going to be a source of that light for you in a way they have not yet had the chance to be fully. Here's the King of Cups, and I feel like this card is showing me who this person is becoming as they move towards you with their truth. The King of Cups is emotional mastery. It is someone who has done the internal work and arrives from a place of groundedness rather than chaos. I feel like this person is stepping into a more mature version of themselves, one that leads with the heart and not with fear. And the King of Cups in this position is telling me that what they bring to you is going to feel steady, warm, intentional, and real. This is not someone who is going to show up and then retreat again. The King of Cups does not operate that way. They come forward and they stay. Here is the Nine of Cups, and this is such a deeply beautiful card to see for you in this part of the reading. So beautiful, the Nine of Cups is known as the wish card. It is the card of emotional fulfillment, of getting the thing your heart has quietly been asking for. I feel like something you have been hoping for, something you may have barely allowed yourself to fully want, is on its way to you. And the Nine of Cups does not deal in almost. It does not deal in partial. It is a card of genuine satisfaction and completion at the emotional level. I feel like the universe has heard what your heart has been carrying quietly, and the answer that is coming back to you is a generous and full yes. Here is the Four of Cups reversed. And this card is so significant because earlier in the reading it appeared upright in your energy, and now it has flipped. The Four of Cups reversed means someone is coming out of withdrawal, out of contemplation, and back into engagement with what is in front of them. I feel like both you and this person are about to stop sitting with uncertainty and start moving toward each other in a more open way. The reversal here is the energy of choosing presence over hesitation.